You cannot serve God and mammon together. You will despise one and serve the other. That's exactly the nature of human life. You can't have a double life. You have to be very clear about your target, about your journey, my dear friends. The first reading beautifully says, do not love the world or what is in it. If anyone loves the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For everything in the world, the craving of the flesh, the greed, the eyes, and people boasting of their superiority, all this belong to the world, not to the Father. The world passes away with all its craving, but those who do the will of God remain forever. This is exactly the calling. You start loving the world, that greed, lust, that carnal desires, your enmity, your eagerness to grab things, you will be buried with that. Like the thorny bushes, when the soil was seed with the seeds. The sower sowed the seeds, but then thorny bushes were there, and they submerged the seeds. So if you serve the Lord and you have the love for the world, definitely there would be a point. The love, the craving, the lust for the world, of course it's not the love that we speak of, will overcome the love you have for the Lord. As Samson was deceived by Delilah, and Herod was, because of Herodias' persuasion, Herod had to kill John the Baptist, the voice of the Father. Exactly this would happen to your life. So you can't have double standards. Definitely, you have to love Him. Love Him alone. The beautiful example we find in the gospel today, like of Anna. And she's a widow, 84 years of age, and 7 years in marriage. And she lost her husband. From that day onwards, she never went away from the temple. Temple denotes the presence of God, Jehovah Shammah. So in your crisis, she could have gone and married another person, which is not a sin that time. There's no problem. But then she opted to stay in the presence of the Lord. The love, the passion she had for the Lord. The brokenness. When her husband died, all the hopes, dreams were shattered. In that brokenness, she got close to the Lord. Not the vultures. When Abraham asked to separate cut into 2 pieces all the animals, vultures came. And then he had to chase them away. Exactly. Anna had to chase all the vultures, all the distractions, worldly pleasures. And she has to stay in the presence of the Lord. This is exactly when you have the love for Him. And then she was fasting. You negate yourself. In fasting, you say no to your body, your desires, your hunger. You don't be a slave to your need, to your physical need. No. You say no. So when you say no, your spirit is enlightened. You deal with your spirit when you pass the body, because flesh and spirit won't act together. And then she was praying. It's a connection, relationship. She used to hear the voice of the Holy Spirit. That's why she was prophesying. She was a prophet. And then she was adoring, she was worshipping the Lord. That's exactly when you give your life to Him. So in that background, she met the Savior. It was beautiful. She was so happy to see Him and started proclaiming that good news. My dear friends, identify your craving for the world. It can be a little thing, yet it is a craving. So you have to understand this. You have to understand this. Deal with that. Because that little tiny craving that you have, As Judas had that craving for money, that little tiny craving will destroy your whole life. It's like a cancer. One cell is enough to destroy whole of your body, whole of your life. So identify it. Go to Him, worship Him, give Him all. Put aside all the distractions and deal with Him. You will see Him. You will enjoy life in a very, very strong and deeper way. Think about it and have a nice day. May God bless you.